Yes, uh, that was a picture of, it happened last Monday. The NACP branch, it's an organization, the youth part of the NACP. It's called AXO, and they had a celebration because a lot of their young people who had studied and trained over a period of months, perhaps years, were elevated. They were winning prizes. It was patterned after the Olympics. Some won the gold, some the silver, some the bronze, and it was good to see these young people there who had studied and worked and honed their skills. They were there to receive their reward this past Monday at the NACP Awards, and they gave me an award as a veteran who had been out here in the arts. I want to thank the NACP and AXO for that gift and for the opportunity to see these young people throw down. It was beautiful. And I wondered why you don't see that kind of young involvement on the screen, on television. You know, every day you see those young people. All we see is the other group of people, our children who have not gotten involved in training, in upliftment, in something that unifies them and focuses them as AXO did. And we need to see them on television. We're taking too much from the media, you know. We see things language which degrades us, behavior which degrades us. And by the way, it's interesting to see, because of Imus being fired for whatever the rudeness he displayed on his show, to see programs coming up and our people being invited on panels and standing and discussing as the European American looks at them and say, you know, why are you using these words? Should you use these words? Why are you saying nigger? Well, we should ask them why they created the word. We should ask them what they did to our people so that the word is still in our consciousness. It's a horrible word, destructive word, but it didn't come to us, and we should say, well, why did you, how and why did you come up with that word nigger in the first place? Because it's not ours. It doesn't come from our culture, but it came during the time of their enslavement of our people. And I think we need to reverse the questions, reverse the situation, and begin to ask European Americans about their responsibility as it relates to those words. Where did we get those attitudes? We did not bring them over here from the motherland. They were created in order to enslave our people. You know, names are very important in Africa. They're autobiographical. A person's name in the motherland could tell first their ancestry. It will tell their geographical location where they were born. It will tell frequently an event, if there was a storm that year, if there was a great famine, if there was a great abundance that year, then that would be part of their name. If they are the first place names, if they're the first, second, or third child, then it would be, for example, the name Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame, a son, a man born on Saturday, I believe. Nkrumah, the ninth child. So ninth child, male child born on Saturday. But frequently they have other, if you went through certain rituals coming up in society, then that's part of your name. So when you tell a person's name, person tells you their name, you know so much about them. It's autobiographical. And if they were farmers, then they had that as part of their name. If they were blacksmiths, that was part of their name. The skills were part of their name. Their achievements were there. So that when those people were brought here, captured, put into slavery, those who held them as slaves could not deal with all of this. They had to erase their history, erase their attachment to Africa, and so they had to replace it with another name, and the name was nigger. What is a nigger? What is that? We need to ask white people, what is that? Where did you come up with that from? You know, they say it's Portuguese in its origin. And so we have to, and the Portuguese were the beginners, that came in and snatching people out of Africa. So we need really to examine how people, what is a nigger as it is in the white man's mind. What was he saying when he says, no, you're not a farmer, you are a nigger. You are not a skilled, you're not a doctor, a person of medicine with centuries of history behind your wisdom, you are a nigger. You are not really a mother, you are a nigger. You're not a father, you're a nigger. You're not a sister or brother, you're a nigger. You are due no respect. That's what niggers are, do no respect. You can't learn anything. You are a thing, created to be a thing, not a person. And then, how was it that it's still here with us today? Well, we'll talk about that a little later in today's presentation. By now, of course, you know you have arrived at Ancestor House. So I want you to come on inside. You know, we tell good stories, sweet stories, and we tell bitter stories. But they're our stories, and they make us stronger for hearing them and sharing them. So come on inside, and we will continue the story of nigger and hoe and bitch. It's not ours. It doesn't come from us. Let's cleanse ourselves of it. Come on inside. And tell the world we are family. And show the world we are family. Take my hand, brother, we are family. You help me, I'll help you stand. We are family. It's a gift from God. We are family. We're so blessed, we are family. We're the people of Africa. We're the African family. Family home in the motherland. Families scattered across the seas. But wherever we have gone, wherever we may be, we're the people of Africa. We're the African. When I talk like this, endorphins rise in me. You know, you never know, I might levitate right here in front of your eyes because telling our story makes me feel so good. Even the bad part, you know what I mean? And I'll talk about how we deal with that a little later on. But you know, here at Ancestor House, we always open the way by pouring a short libation. First, we thank the Mighty One. We thank the one that made us all, that gave us our first dignity as the parents of humanity. Ashe, yow, 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 yow. We thank the Creator for that. We thank the Creator for giving us tremendous ancestors, fantastic ancestors, for giving us the first challenge, the challenge of being the first human beings to start everything. There was nothing here, no organized, no human thing made when we came into our humanity and decided to start the first family. Ashe, yow, thank you, Creator, for giving us our loving ancestors, those who brought us this far, those tenacious ones, those who loved us more than they loved themselves. We say, Ashe, yow, 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 yow. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, Creator. We have to acknowledge, of course, that there are those who do not want us to be who we are and who work endlessly, plotting and planning, you know what I mean? Stand up all night, all day, all year to prevent us from coming back into our greatness. And so we say, let their plotting and planning go back to them and not come to us. Let it go right on back to them and not come to us, because we are the mothers and fathers of humankind, and we will be there. We will be there in spades. You understand what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? A little something here. Now, I talked before about that word nigger being created to, in a way, beat our culture off of us, to erase everything that we are, that we were, that we brought here, erase our history, erase our language. If we were caught speaking our native language, our true language, we were beaten and called that word. When we wanted to love each other during the time of enslavement, if we were caught showing affection, we were beaten, separated, and called that word. When we were sold away from one another, we were called that word.